Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing the single prize Unfezant with the newly released sets Black Bolt and White Flare. So with that being said, let's get to the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have a 303 line of the Pidove and Unfezant here. We do run the 3 copies of Pidove here for that emergency evolution ability, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon's remaining HP is 30 or less, you can search out your deck for a Unfezant and evolve it right away without going into the stage 1. And then we do have the 3 copies of the Unfezant here. We have 2 really good attacks with the opposing wins. We can do 70 base damage and then put 2 energy cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon back into their hand, as well as we do have the Boundless Power for 180 base damage, and then during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. And then for our draw engine, we have a 3-3 line of the Dreepy and Drakloak for that Recon Directive ability, where once during your turn, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and then put one into your hand, and then put the other one on the bottom of your deck. And then we do have the 2 copies of the Budew here for some cheap item lock with the Itchy Pollen. We can do 10 base damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards. And then lastly, the 1 copy of the Munkidori for the ability Adrenabrain. Once during your turn, if we have a Dark Energy attached to this Pokemon, we can move over 3 damage counters from one of our Pokemon over to one of your opponents. And then moving on to our trainer cards, for our Ace spec, we have the Unfair Stamp. We can only use this card if one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, and then both players shuffle their hand into their deck, and then you get to draw 5 cards, and then your opponent can only draw just 2 cards. And then for our Stadium cards, we have the 1 Artazon, where once during each player's turn, they can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it onto their bench. As well as we do have the 3 copies of the Calamitous Snowy Mountain. Whenever a player attaches an energy card to their basic non-water Pokemon, we get to put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So that's basically how we're going to get that emergency evolution ability working for our Pidove. As soon as we attach an energy card to it, we'll have 2 damage counters on it, and then we can immediately evolve it up to Unfezant. And then for our supporters, we have the 2 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 4 copies of Colress's Tenacity, where you can search out your deck for a Stadium card and an energy card, including special energies. We have the 2 copies of Hilda, where you can search out your deck for evolution Pokemon and an energy card, including special energies as well. And then we do have the 4 copies of Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. And then for our tool cards, we just wanted 2 copies of the Air Balloon. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to will be 2 colorless energies less. And then for our special energies, we have the 3 copies of the new Ignition Energies from White Flare. This card will provide 3 colorless energies to a evolution Pokemon. The only drawback is that this card is discarded at the end of your turn. And then we do have the 4 copies of Reversal Energy, and then lastly we have the 2 copies of the Dark Energy for Munkidori. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Okay, that's a pretty good start. We go right into Budew. It looks like it's going to be Mamoswine. So yeah, we did win the coin toss. We decided to go second, had our opponent go first. And looks like they took 2 mulligans here. And they have Grand Tree for their ace card. Again, another Swinub, and looks like a bad start for them because they don't have Buddy Poffin. And I'm absolutely sure they're running all 4 Buddy Poffins. This is a stage 2 deck they're running. They want to get as many basics as possible. And they attach a water energy to Swinub. So I'm kind of surprised they're even running water. Yeah, let's go for item lock. Yeah, they just go for the call for family here. They get Quaxley and another Swinub. Hilda. Yeah, I guess let's get Hilda. You can get a Drakloak and Ignition Energy. Quaxwell, so kind of surprised they don't have the TM evolution. You're just going for another call for family, Quaxley and Swinub again. Ultra Ball. Yeah, let's get another Drakloak. Oh yeah, they are actually item locked, so... Another 20... Yeah, I know why they just went for call for family again. Let's try the Crushing Hammer. Get rid of the fighting energy on the bench, and does not work. Kind of surprised I don't have TM evolution. And we get a boss here. Yeah, they just keep using call for family here. I don't know why. Don't tell me they don't run any stage 1s in this deck. They had the Quaxwell. They just pass right away. Let's just use the emergency evolution. Enhanced Hammer. And I could come and play they have the Neo Upper. See, they play Arvin for the rare candy. Quavel, so that definitely helped them that they were got out of that item lock. They Ultra Ball. Looks like they're running Great Tusk. I don't know why. Pheasantipity. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do here. Yeah, they just concede here. So yeah, we won the coin toss. We decided to go second, had our opponent go first, and let's see. Looks like there's gonna be Gardevoir. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. There's really not much we can do. Let's see, Brock Scouting. I'm guessing they're gonna get the 2 basics. No, they got the Curlium. And they retreat onto Pheasantipity. And I don't really want to go for the Budew actually. So easy to knock it out. And looks like I'm gonna go for Team Evolution and then Iono. I did kind of misplay the Pidove. We didn't get any damage counters on it first. Release Clefairy. I guess let's use Machinations. See, they only have one energy card in the discard, so... Psychic Embrace. And a Earthen Vessel. Yeah, I think they knock us out. Yeah, 180. Guess we'll get Mountain. Okay, Heads would have prevented the damage. See, they moved the 30 over. I don't know, maybe we should go for Unfair Stamp when they knock us out. I say maybe we should gust up Gardevoir here. Because they literally have 0 energy cards to retreat out. And none in the discard pile. So, should be interesting. Yeah, all they got is a Brock Scouting. Yeah, they're gonna be a pretty long game, honestly. Yeah, we do get to buy ourselves a turn here. Yeah, let's go for Unfair Stamp. Recon Directive again. Maybe let's get Crushing Hammer. Get rid of the Dark Energy. Nice, it works. Well, actually, I want to get rid of the Dark Energy on Munkidori. Okay, let's see what they do here. They do have the Pheasantipity still, the EX, or they draw 3 cards. But they have no Gardevoir now. Moonlit Hill. Yeah, this is not your standard Gardevoir deck at all. Because they are running Healing option. They got Brock Scouting again. Ooh, and Bravery Charm. Yeah, I don't think reversal will actually work here, because we're 4-4, I believe. Yeah. Iono, definitely don't need Iono. Yeah, let's try the Crushing Hammer. Hopefully we can get that Dark Energy off. No, we do not. Yeah, no, let's just risk it here. I believe we need tails. Nice, we get it. I was pretty lucky. They attached the Dark Energy again. Yeah, I kind of want to go for boss here. Colress. Now I can go for the energy card. Reversal. I guess we'll just go for the dark energy. And I guess we can just knock out the Pheasantipity. Yeah, let's end turn. Yeah, there's only 2 Ignition Energies in the discard. We need another one of them. Lily's Crystal, or what was that? I think it's Pearl. Yeah, it's Lily's Pearl. Ooh, they play Crispin here. They get a Dark Energy. So I guess I'm gonna build up the Clefairy. Yeah, double Psychic. Screamtail. Yeah, they're definitely a pretty long game. And interestingly enough, they have Ancient Capsule for the Screamtail. They Ultra Ball, Psychic Energy, and Switch Away. Yeah, that's a huge game. Curlia. They're probably going to restart for the 3rd card. Yeah, let's see what's in this deck here. Oh wow, it doesn't look like we have the Ignition Energies in the deck. Looks like 2 got prized. Yeah, let's go into Drakloak. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. Without the Ignition Energy, I can't believe 2 of them got prized. Either 2 or 1 actually, I think it's 1. They get Gardevoir into play again. Uh, 30 on the Unfezant. Okay, at least it's not knocked out. See, Ignition Energy, yep, there's the last one hiding. Back into Clefairy. I feel like there's no way we can lose the game here. Okay, I thought that was gonna be a Dark Energy, it's Psychic, so I don't know why they did that. Adrenabrain, maybe they have Energy Switch, who knows, but it's a really, really long game. Ultra Ball their last 2 cards. So I guess they're gonna restart for 3 here for hopes of getting a Dark Energy, but they have already 2 in a discard. And they already used what, 1 Night Stretcher? Okay, they restart for 2 cards. They Ultra Ball for, I guess, the Drifloon. Brilliant Blender. So that was their ace spec all along. They discard 2 Psychic. Yeah, I feel like they lose this. They lose this just because they didn't get the Dark Energy here. If they had just 1 Dark Energy where they can Adrenabrain twice, knock out Unfezant, and then knock out the next active, they would have won that. Ooh, interesting. They actually retreat out here into the Screamtail. Which it really doesn't matter because they're just going to take 1 prize card here. Yeah, super long game. They knock out Munkidori here. Let's go for the 180. Yeah, there we go. Last prize card of the game. What do you get? Hilda? There we go. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.